Happy Friday out there, Team 42. It's your skipper here, Darius Delta, present our macro minute for Friday, August 9th, 2024. As always, we'll start with the executive summary from today's lead-off morning note. If you would like to review the analysis supporting these conclusions, as well as what specific changes you need to make in your portfolio to stay on the right side of market risk, you need to be a client of 42 Macro. So today's key macro questions are, will earnings hold up? And will Beijing step up support for the sluggish Chinese economy? Our answers are, while yesterday's jobless claims data signaled the U.S. economy was not likely in a recession, the economy likely needs to meet a higher standard than that to support expectations for near double-digit earnings growth in 2024 and double-digit earnings growth in 2025 and 2026. We are expecting U.S. economic growth to outperform consensus expectations over the medium term. Moreover, the corporate profit cycle remains in a cyclical upturn for our collection of leading indicators. We expect acceleration in policy support for the Chinese economy in the coming months. A Fed that finally begins to cut the policy rate may be the cue that Beijing needs to adequately combat the onset of a structural debt deflation in China akin to 1990s Japan. A weak U.S. dollar can't come soon enough for China and would be a boon to global liquidity as well. Transitioning to our 42 macro dashboard, we got a question in our community here before we wrap up. This one's regarding customizing our KISS portfolio construction process. It's really just asking how to do so. In the interest of time, I don't want to read the whole thing, but just for those of you who are not familiar with our systematic KISS portfolio construction process, that is a 60-30-10 trend following asset allocation strategy that looks to combine 60% stocks, 30% bonds, and 10% Bitcoin as a direct competitor to the standard 60-40 portfolio. And it has significantly outperformed, continues to significantly outperform 60-40 as a function of the trend following elements that we infused into the process that take advantage of our volatility adjusted momentum signal, which helps investors capture 96% of the upside of the stock market and 98% of the upside in Bitcoin, and our global macro risk matrix market regime nowcasting process, which helps investors capture 97% of the upside in the S&P 500 and 109% of the upside in Bitcoin. And so we're using those two systems to infuse trend following elements into that 60-30-10 asset allocation approach across SPY, AG, and FBTC are the three ETFs we use for that system. And so the question is essentially asking if you want to customize KISS, let's say you're an investor that doesn't necessarily believe in the Bitcoin story. Perhaps you want to substitute Bitcoin for gold, or perhaps you want to substitute the Qs instead of SPY or something like that, or even diversify instead of SPY. You can diversify into different sectors or different equity factors, diversify AG into different fixed income sectors and factors. We make all of that data available via our discretionary risk management overlay. The only information you need from that is our market regime nowcasting process. So whatever the current market regime is to implement the top-down risk management overlay and KISS. And then obviously you need the volatility adjusted momentum signal for the particular exposures that you're diversifying into to implement the bottom-up risk management overlay so that you can stay on the right side of market risk while dispassionately executing a very high-performing process. And so we have our KISS FAQ available for clients in case investors want to get additional information on how to customize KISS and how to do various things with the KISS portfolio, how to track it, how to do all this other stuff. So it's a pretty comprehensive approach. We have thousands of retail investors around the world following this KISS portfolio construction process to implement to create positive outcomes in their portfolio. And in our opinion, what KISS does better than anything I've seen thus far, and eventually we'll have a fund for this, is it helps retail investors accomplish what I believe this retail investor's strategic investment objective should be, which is retire on time and comfortably. If your goal when you're engaging with financial markets as a retail investor is to do anything other than that, God help you. But in my opinion, your goal should be to retire on time and comfortably. And every decision you make, every choice you make, every trade you make should take you one step closer to retiring on time and comfortably. So just make sure you're doing that. And if you have not been doing that at a high level recently, then definitely come on and check out KISS. There's no reason to continue hanging out on the fence there. So we'll wrap it up there. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you back here on Monday. Have a great day today as well. Cheers.